Rapping for the Texas, little bit in Crenshaw Bridge reflection. Houston rap style, we bringing the heat. Talking Texas football, nothing compete. Got the best podcast, the livest in the game. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Remember the name. We talking draft picks, we talking defense. We break it all down, no nonsense. H-Town with the Run Show, live on the mic, talking Texas football. Every Wednesday night with special guests dropping knowledge, taking the stage. Digging in Crenshaw Briggs, be holding it down in the H-Town, wiping it down, talking touchdowns in H-Town. Houston culture, we holding it down, talking news and rumors, keeping it real. No filter, we got the Texas appeal. In the Lone Star City, we're living it up, talking all things Texas, we can't get enough. From the football field to the concrete jungle, we're ripping H-Town. Ain't nothing humble, bitch.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Briggs. Guys, I have a special guest today. We have Matt Miller from ESPN, the draft expert. Matt, how you doing so far?
Man, I'm doing well. Appreciate you having me on.
I know you're a Royals fan, so are you enjoying opening day of baseball?
I am, and the Royals are above 500. I know it's early, but that's rare for us. So very excited to see the way the season started, and I think there's a game tonight. So I guess
against the Astros. Hopefully Houston can turn around. With the Royals. So, let's jump into why we're here. The Texans draft. Matt, do you predict anything big from Nick Caserio like he did last year?
Well, I think we've already seen it to some degree, right? Of trading out of the first round so far in advance. You know, you're almost calling your shot to some degree, saying, hey, we're 6 weeks out of the draft, but we'll go ahead and trade back with the Minnesota Vikings. So I think that was, probably the big thing. But I would say, with Caserio, where they're at right now, sitting at 42 and 59, you could still come back up. And I think that's what, we saw last year. If this is a team that's willing to be aggressive, certainly. So I wouldn't rule that out. If the board starts to fall a certain way that they like, there's a lot of room now to be aggressive, but also because of the things they've done in the offseason, adding a Stephon Diggs, adding a Joe Milton, it really allows you flexibility at those two spots. And even, on defense, I think there's been a lot of underrated moves on defense. Danielle Hunter, Danico Autry, who's such an underrated star, Azeez Al-Shaair, who's obviously has that familiarity with D'Amico Ryans, is a really, really good player for this defense. Adding 4 corners in free agency, a huge, load that this team has taken on. But that also means, like, with these picks, they don't have to draft any one position. I think that's so smart of a front office, surrounding a rookie quarterback with these veterans on both sides of the ball and understanding, hey, we have a lot of flexibility now. At 42, we could trade up. We could trade back. We could take best player available. So it is going to be fun for you guys in Houston because this is unpredictable right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the Stephon Diggs trade. A lot of fans are kind of questioning the contract. I thought it was smart. But does that mean that the Texans can probably be drafting his replacement since the receiver pool is so great this year?
I mean, certainly. I think, you run the risk of adding a player and then almost insulting him by drafting his quote unquote replacement. We understand a wide receiver that's different because you constantly need 3 or 4 out on the field. I would say right now, the Texans wide receiver room is one of the deepest in the NFL. There are 6 guys who are quality players. We'll see what happens with Robert Woods, with his contract situation. He could be the odd man out, but it's certainly possible, at either of those spots, 42, 59, and so on in this draft, to where you could absolutely say, hey, best player on the board for us is a wide receiver. And we got Tank Dell coming back off an injury. We've got a really good player in Nico Collins. We got a really good player in, Noah Brown. So I think, you could absolutely say wide receiver becomes a focal point at some point, at least in the draft.
All right. And you talk about all the additions to the defense and whatnot. What do you think the Texans' biggest need in this draft is?
I'll say defensive tackle is still the biggest need, even after making the addition, several additions in free agency, honestly. But a lot of those are, guys that I would say are, 1-year players, 2-year players, rotational type guys. If there's a defensive tackle, like if Jerzon Newton from Illinois finds his way to them at 42, I think that's a slam dunk pick. We can rule out a player like Byron Murphy from Texas being available. Tavondre Sweat with the recent DWI arrest, probably taking himself out of that range of early round 2 at this point. So, maybe Mason Smith from LSU, another player I would like in that spot. Michael Hall from Ohio State, maybe a later round 2, earlier round 3 type player. But I still think, D tackle is probably the biggest need. The last time I went through team needs, that's where I landed for the Texans, was D tackle, corner. So I still think if you can land a long-term corner as opposed to, like a Jeff Okuda and these guys who are your short-term players who are, formerly high potential guys you're kind of rolling the dice on. I still think D tackle and corner are spots where you want to find, a guy that you build the team around.
Yeah, I know it won't happen, but I'm hoping Quentin Mitchell drops so where we can jump in the first round and grab him. I know that's probably out of question, not going to happen. But what about Braden Fisk? Do you think he'd be a great fit for the Texans at the defensive tackle spot?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's had a fantastic pre-draft process. I would say as good as anyone in the class, especially on the defensive side, to go to the Senior Bowl and show out really, really good combine workout. And I think that just shows, man, when Jordan Travis got hurt at quarterback, Florida State leaned on the defense, and Fisk was the guy who stepped up. And Jared Verse was certainly a part of that too. But Fisk really showed what he can do as a pass rusher, just how impactful he can be. And whether that be as a one-gap player, he can play head up on the tackle. So he brings the versatility up front as well. But I think you're spot on. His range is right there in the middle of the second round, and we'll see where the run on defensive tackles happens. I think Murphy will go in the top 20. Newton could go, top 40. We'll see where the medicals end up on him. But, guys like Fisk, Smith, Chris Jenkins, Michael Hall, they're all right there in that round 2 range.
Yeah, with a lot of teams with the needs of quarterback, receivers, and corners, a lot of great players like Newton will probably fall lower to the Texan pick, right, 42, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with medicals, it's so much like, it's pass fail almost. You've got a team doctor who says, yeah, we're good with it, or hey, we're not good with it. And usually it's, are you going to make it through your rookie contract? If you're going to make it 4 years, thumbs up. If you're not, thumbs down. And I think for Newton, there's not those long-term concerns. It's just, he was banged up and he hasn't been able to do anything in the pre-draft process. That's, it's a little bit concerning, and it could be enough to push a guy from maybe you're a top 35 pick, 25 to 35, but you haven't been able to do anything medically. So now you're a 35 to 45 guy, which would be great news for the Houston Texans if he's now in that 45 range instead, because I think, I got a chance to watch him in person against Kansas kind of early in the season, and he was unstoppable. Like, it's the relentless effort, the first step quickness. I mean, he was absolutely uncontrollable for them. So if you can get him, I think that would be my slam dunk. I would be very happy for the Houston Texans if they find a way to get Jerzon Newton.
I think if you look up the type of player that Miko Ryan's wanting in his defense at defensive tackle, that would be, his picture would pop up everywhere, right? Just the athleticism, like you said, first step off the line, it's nasty. I haven't seen one like that in quite a while, coming straight out of college. One more thing before I let you go, the linebacker. A lot of the fans want linebackers.
Yeah.
Do you see the Texans probably making a grabs at a linebacker in this draft?
I would. And I think the reason that I'm so I would jump all over that is because, there's not that high end, top end guy, but there's really good value. I think rounds 3 and 4, there's gonna be good linebackers on the board. So Edgerrin Cooper would be a second round guy. Junior Colson, Peyton Wilson, those are second round guys. But, if you can get a Trevin Wallace in the 3rd or 4th round, or a Cedric Gray in the 3rd or 4th round, Jalen Ford from the University of Texas in the 3rd or 4th round, I would be all over that. So I think there is good value. And just knowing D'Amico's background, as a player, obviously, as a coach for the 49ers, how important the linebacker position was to what they were doing defensively. I thought Christian Harris had a great year last year. I'm excited about Henry To'oTo'o. I'm excited about Azeez Al-Shaair. But I think, just like some of those other positions, you want to find your guy. You want to find someone that you could be your Fred Warner, basically, and so I wouldn't be shocked if it's somewhere in that round 4, round 5 range that they do grab one of these linebackers.
Oh, you mentioned some great talent, but what Jeremiah Trotter Jr., do you think he'll be available in the second or third round?
Yeah, I have a 3rd round grade on Trotter. He's just, he's a little undersized. And I think when looking at what D'Amico had in San Francisco, Fred Warner is like this supersized linebacker, right? He's 6'3". So I'm not sure if Trotter fits that mold. Maybe he does for Nick Caserio more, to where you would, override that a little bit. But, right at 6 foot, 228 pounds, that's a little bit small for what D'Amico has traditionally had at linebacker.
Okay. And, with all the injuries the Texans had, especially offensive line, I mean, depth is not it's not a bad thing. You see that the Texans could grasp a good depth piece for this offensive line?
Yeah, I think it would be smart, especially with, Tunsil starting to get up there in age a little bit. You always want to be early rather than late when drafting for depth on the offensive line. And I think we've seen, with this group especially, like, there's so many young guys that haven't been able to take that next step because of injury. So this is a pivotal year for players like Kenyon Green. This is a pivotal year for Titus Howard as these guys get into their rookie contracts. And with Titus, you're almost done with your rookie contract. So I think it's always smart. I liked Nick Broker. I thought, that's a good depth piece on the interior. Charlie Heck has been a solid backup player in the NFL, but finding that swing tackle is super important. I think we saw that last year in the postseason, how important it was. Like Donovan Smith goes down for Kansas City. You have Wanya Morris who can step in and hold down the fort. We saw San Francisco's offensive line struggle so much down the stretch. So having that sixth or seventh lineman is super important. So, I'm an advocate for every year. Maybe it's in the 6th round, but every year you should draft a lineman that you believe is a developmental type player. So absolutely, there's good value to do that.
I'm a big University of Houston fan. Probably no chance of getting Patrick Paul in the later rounds, huh?
No, not with legendary wingspan, good movement skills. I think he's somebody you would have to target with one of those 2nd round picks if you were going that way.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to murder his last name, but from Kansas State, Cooper
Beebe. Yeah.
Beebe, yeah. I would love him, but I think he'd be a little too high for us too. Yeah. I think we'll probably have to get one of the 2nd round or a 3rd. So I just think we have to focus more than, a guy that high that soon. But, always wishful thinking. Well, Matt, I know you're busy, so I will let you go, but thank you for coming on the show. Tell everybody where we can find you on social media and what you got cooking, so that way we can support you.
Yeah, man. All across social media at NFL Draft Scout. And this time of year, it feels like there's a new piece of content every day. We just did an hour-long NFL Draft Comp special, that you can find on ESPN Plus, where I go through my favorite comparisons for all the players in this year's draft. So doing that, I know we just taped a mock draft special as well that'll be out. So there's a ton of content all over ESPN.com.
Awesome. And also your 7th round mock
7th round mock. Yeah, it came out about a month ago now. So it's a little bit dated, but it's still a great.
Still good. Yeah, I was about to say, still good stuff to read. So make sure you check it out. Matt, again, thank you for coming on, and have a great draft.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Well, guys, as you can tell, that was pre-recorded with Matt Miller. Now that all the good stuff is gone, let me introduce my A1 since day one, Mr. Bo Diggity. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? Hope you having a good night out there. How you doing, Matt? What's going on, man?
It's always good being a Texas fan right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. It's hard to feel bad. Before we kind of talk about what Matt said and some more stuff about the draft, NFL just broke some news. They're allowing 3 helmets this year. So are you kind of excited?
Yeah. You talking about like 3 alterations, like how we got the battle red and the deep steel blue. Yeah, it's cool. Do I think we'll get one this year? I doubt it. I think they're too focused on the uniforms and whatnot, but maybe there is a white helmet for the new uniforms. Who knows? But I don't think it'll come this early. But I am excited. Anytime there's new uniform news, new helmet news, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think this would be the year. I mean, white would be good, but you
Yeah.
know, even I wouldn't mind a black one. You know, like
Black with black jerseys.
yeah, anything's better than what we got, right? Like
Yeah,
add some different.
yeah.
And
Yeah. So
also, guys, another brother from another mother. I got Mr. Kenneth. How you doing, sir?
What's good, fellas? I'm doing good, man. How are y'all?
doing good. We're doing good, man.
Blessed as always. We just talked about the new helmet rule. What you think on it, Kenneth?
I'm sorry, you said the new what?
New, well, not rule, but they're allowing each team to have 3 different helmet variations. So now you're gonna have 3 different colors instead of just the 2.
Oh, we talking about uniforms?
Well, no, the
Basically,
helmet.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the helmets.
yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Makes it more exciting, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Having a different helmets, colors. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Okay. And then before last week, I know we talked about the Diggs trade, but after the episode, the Texans decided to keep grinding, and they cut all next couple years of Stephon Diggs' contract. Bo, I'll start with you. What's your thoughts on that, brother?
My initial thought was, man, he won't be locked down. But then I thought about it and I said, well, if he balls out, you got to pay him. If he doesn't ball out and there's problems and people say he's I don't want to say cancer, but people say he's a diva. He wants the ball. He gets in quarterbacks' faces. He's been in Josh Allen's faces. He's never really been happy wherever he's been. So if he doesn't fit in the mold for what the Texans want to do, you let him walk. You don't lose nothing. Nothing happens. The Bills pay most of his contract. So I feel like it's a savvy move on Nick Caserio, and it also keeps Diggs hungry to want to still perform and not just feel like he's got it made in the shade. Like, oh, my contract still is good. So if I don't want to, I don't have to play. But I feel like it's a good and bad thing. But I'm leaning more towards good for Texans.
Okay, Kenneth, what about you? What's your thoughts on it?
Pretty much the same. I think it's a good thing for both sides. I mean, the other contract, I don't think I don't know if it was 2 years or 3 years, it wasn't guaranteed anyways. So I think it was good for both sides. Like Texans thinking like, hey, we're gonna give you this opportunity, we're gonna, wipe that out. Give you this opportunity, you know what I'm saying? You do what we expect you to do and be a good. I'm pretty sure they probably didn't say be a good locker room guy, but of course they expected him to be the great one of the greats in the locker room as far as leading these young fellas and showing them the way and not, getting attitudes and stuff like that, like he did in the past. And honestly, like to go to that situation as far as him throwing a little temper tantrums and stuff like that, I feel like he's just very passionate, but at the same time, like it probably just got too escalated, if that makes sense. Like it kind of went overboard, if that makes sense. And so there's no excuse for it. At the end of the day, when he come here, of course he gotta, be locked in and understand like we gonna do what we gotta do. And honestly, I'm pretty sure him looking from the outside in, he like, man, they got something going over there. And of course, like Bills had they certain they different situations, with the different OCs and so it was a lot of changes going on, and also Josh Allen doing what he does. Josh Allen is a great quarterback. At the same time, he loved to turn the ball over. He forced things, whether it's to Diz or to other receivers, and it's like, yo, what you doing? But anyways, I feel like when he come here, I think it's going to be a different, different atmosphere because you got a young quarterback that I personally feel like is one of the smartest young quarterbacks that we ever saw in this league coming straight in, and the way how he's poised and he's smooth and know what he's going to do, and he's not panicking or anything like that. He's very calm and laid back, and you know what I'm saying, he do what he do. You know what I'm saying, and so I feel like he's going to like that, and also the head coaching as well. He's going to love D'Amico. So yeah, I feel like it's a great move. I mean, if he does what we want him to do, we might extend him. I know I heard a report that's saying we can extend him and Nico, so that's possible. But if let's say it doesn't work out, or it could work out, we win the ship, but we just say, hey, we'll let you go test the free agency and go get your bread. So I think it's a good thing for both sides.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you got, fellas, right? Like to me, it's a smart move because you got two of your best receivers on contract years, and as football fans, we know what players do on contract years. They ball the hell out, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they do what they can to get paid. I like it. It's smart, and it's Nick. If anybody did not see this coming, it's Nick Casario. He loved 1 year deals. Like he found a way to make this a 1 year deal. So the money smart, like our brother Kershaw said, it spreads it out for more cap to add more bets if we need to. Like it's smart, and a lot of people too, mostly Bills and AFC South haters, were saying, well, he's regressing. Like you said, he's a cancer in the locker room. Okay, well, if he is, guess what? He's gone next year. Like, okay, boom. He is regressing. Bye, see you later. He is a cancer. Bye, see you later. I don't think that's going to happen because, like Kenneth, like you said, he went through what, 2 OCs last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's disaster for anybody. And to me, the head coach of Buffalo, he's a good head coach, but he's not D'Amico Ryans. Like I built big basketball fan. I don't think anybody could handle Michael Jordan like Phil Collins did. Not Phil Collins.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah,
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah, Phil Jackson. Yeah.
I don't know why I got the singer Phil Collins on my mind, but even but not even Jordan though. Like Kobe and Shaq. Like nobody can handle him. Like but Phil Jackson. Like now we got a coach that can handle. D'Amico's been there. He knows what's going on. Like he's put up with these type of personalities before. And to take what Kenneth said, we got the quarterback. Is he smart? Hell yes. Is he one of those most accurate quarterbacks? Yes. But the best thing that people will sleep on him about is his leadership ability.
Leadership.
Yeah, the dude's a leader. I mean, look what he did last year. Everybody wants to say that he's Dak 2.0, but Dak never led a team like this before. So you can get that out of here. I think it was a smart move. More from Nick Casario to play with. The dude right now is just out of his mind. Right now, I got to rate this offseason A++. Like it's crazy. But Bo, you said
with that being said, with the whole Stephon Diggs, because he was a captain, with the Bills. Does he get that seal in his chest here?
That's hard, brother. You know what I mean? Like you only got so many spots. I mean, Stingley, he has to be one. Anderson, he has to be one. And Stroud, like who can you who can you take that away from?
I'm sure Tunsil got the other one, right? Tunsil is the other offensive captain.
Yeah.
I got that
I think Danielle Hunter gonna have one too.
Danielle Hunter gonna have one?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be one too.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's interesting to see.
Like who are you gonna take that away from though? That's the question though. Like,
Did you say Stingley was a captain?
I think they gave it to him this year, but Grimstall's pretty mad about me saying he said
not a
captain.
Hey,
I think last year because there was so many injuries, they kind of rotated a couple guys. I feel like Steven Nelson had one at a game, and Robert Woods had one for a game. For like a couple games, I believe. So last year they kind of tinkered with it, and it really wasn't set captains every game. But I'm interested to see what they do this year.
Look, Chris, I know you're watching, bro. If Mills can be captain, Sting can be captain. Okay, all right. Don't be hating on the man. All right, brother.
You got a point there. But I will,
and that's what I want to ask y'all, because I got a chance to ask y'all this after the trade. Do we get a receiver in this draft now, or is that court just done? We're not even gonna look for rookie for that receiver court no more.
Well, that's what I asked Matt Matt Miller,
Mhm.
do we kind of get his replacement? And he said you really don't get his replacement,
Mhm.
but I mean, the draft is so rich.
Yeah.
If a guy, like Baker falls to the third or to the fourth, why not?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Why not get a guy that adds depth? Look what happened last year. How many people got hurt? Like you can't
Yeah,
count on one
the whole
hand.
receiving core got hurt.
Mhm.
Yeah, the whole receiving core. Yep.
Yeah, so I say yes, but that's just my opinion. But you also got to remember, uh, dude, what's Mechie came back from cancer. Like
Yep.
that's not
Yep.
that right there itself is unbelievable,
Mhm.
And so to expect him to come and ball out his first year beating cancer, that's too much.
Yeah.
Like this to me, this is a make or break year for Mechie. I think it's for Brown too. Like Brown needs to be more consistent. Like is he a good receiver? Yes, but is
Gotta
he
stay on the
consistent?
field.
No, man. Like
Gotta stay on the field too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like best ability is availability, right? Like
Mhm.
you gotta stay on the field. But so I say yes, but
Mhm.
Crenshaw said yes, and he said it's for Nico's replacement.
Got
So
you. Really? That's interesting. Okay.
yeah, that's
Nico's
it.
replacement.
Kenneth, what's your thoughts on it?
As far as us drafting a receiver,
Yeah,
still,
Mhm.
honestly, if we do draft a receiver, I can see it happening in the third, maybe, or the
Got you.
fourth. It just depends on who's there. But I
Mhm.
know for sure now we are going defense with them first two picks. But it's
Got
possible. Honestly, I don't see why not. Because you like Crenshaw always talk about this, man. As far as like you always want to have a bunch of bodies at receiver. Like you don't want to just count on four guys. You know what I'm saying? You can get them, get them. You know what I'm saying?
you.
Because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, three might go out, and then when three go out, then what? They're gonna load the box up, stop missing, and then we're gonna be kind of one dimensional. I'm not gonna say we're gonna be one dimensional, but at the same time, it's gonna be hard for us to win a game, like when we had
Yeah.
against the Ravens last year in the playoffs.
or
So
or
I
or the
would be
Jets
fine with it.
when Nico Collins and Tank Dell was out. I mean,
Exactly.
look
Yeah.
what
That
happened.
was yeah.
Exactly. And everybody act like they couldn't catch no more. I
Right,
don't know what happened. And
right.
then we had our vets out there as far as
Mhm.
Robert Woods and Noah
Neil
Brown,
North
but
Brown.
yeah,
Yep.
none of
I
both
mean,
both
because
of them didn't step up.
they drafted Xavier Hutchinson last year. He's still there. He's still
Yeah.
there. Does he make a jump this year? Does he
I'm
contribute?
leaning more towards Mitchie. Like
Mechie. Okay.
I truly believe like Mitchie can be a good receiver in this league that can contribute. I'm not
Mhm.
saying he could be a wide receiver one or two, but I can see him really filling in to be that wide receiver three if
Gotcha.
Diggs was to leave after the season or if Nico leave after the season. I feel like he can step in and be that wide receiver three. And just like
Okay.
Matt just said, he came back from cancer the year before last, and it was like they was trying to ease him in there. They weren't really putting him in
Yeah.
there a lot. He had a low snap count, so they were just like easing him in there. But I think this year gonna be a good year for him because nobody's gonna expect for him to do anything. You know what I mean? Because we got Nico, Diggs, and Tank, so nobody's gonna be looking for Mechie. But when Mechie get on that field, I think he's gonna do some things.
Yeah, and again, like how many times we see Tank Dell go? Well, of course Tank Dell went down, but Nico went down. Noah
Hmm.
Brown went down. Uh, Old ass Robert Woods like just disappeared.
I don't
So
know
like,
why he's not cut yet, but
bro, like for
yeah,
real,
I
man.
don't know why.
Like why
Is
is
he
this man
is
still
he
on the
still on the
team?
roster?
He's still on the
Yes,
roster.
taking
Really?
up
They,
taking up like 12 million or something like that, maybe more. Like, bro, you
it's
got to
like five.
go.
It's
Is
five
it five?
million.
I thought it was more than that, but
It's five. I think it was a 2-year, 10 mil
okay,
deal.
okay.
So it's like a 5 mil. But
Still, that's 5 million that we could be using on something else. You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
Like,
I
bro,
agree.
you got to go. Like, I take all three: Brown, Mechie, and Hutch over Woods. Like at
Yeah,
this point,
exactly. Because I mean,
you-
if you're not going to be consistent as a vet in this league, it's like why waste your time getting on this field when we can just let the young guys come in and do the same thing you doing. You know what I'm saying? Not being consistent. But at the same time, I think Mechie and Hutch definitely deserves more playing time over Robert Woods, especially the fact that we have Diggs now. So it's like, man, move around, get him off the team. Maybe they're gonna wait to training camp to cut him. Who knows? Just like with Ward, it's possible. Like if we sign a
No,
new safety, it's possible they wait until the training camp.
Big Casario love old skill players. He loved Rex Burkhead, and I think he loved Robert Woods. Now he loves old skill players. I don't know what it is.
For real.
He love them.
I mean, maybe he's a good locker room guy. Who knows?
But before we kind of jump on a little bit more of the draft, we got a couple questions. Here's one from Rodney. You said extend or franchise Nico. You gotta wait, right?
That's a great question.
That's
actually.
a great question.
I like.
You want to go first, Matt?
Well, you just gotta kind of have to wait, right? Like you have to see the body of work. Like the last year was great, but the other couple years, no, it was not. Ken admitted last week he was ready. He was ready for him to be cut by training camp, bro.
Lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Ken is wanted Nico gone. So
yeah.
I think you have to wait because yes, last year was great, and also it's the CJ factor. Like how good is he when CJ is not on the field?
Exactly.
So yeah. To me, it's a wait and see. Like maybe franchise tag him if he does good, then you extend him. But I think it's a wait and see.
Okay.
But
okay. You go, Ken. You go, Ken. What you think?
Honestly, like Matt said, I think we wait and see. It just all depends. Like, what is he trying to receive with that extension as well? If he's trying to get more than Calvin Ridley or Jerry Jeudy, which I definitely believe he deserved more than Jeudy. I agree to that.
Yeah, he definitely can.
And probably really too. But I think we should wait it out because the receiver market, free agency wise, looking right now, because we haven't seen no extensions yet. It's looking good with Chase, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins. I think C.D. Lamb, if I'm not mistaken.
there's a lot.
It's a lot of guys. So it's like, hey, Nico, if you don't want to take this extension, it's cool. We're gonna let you play this year. You know what I'm saying? Let you walk and go get your bag, or tag him and trade him, whichever. Or like Nick got a plan. I know that for a fact.
And we can do the same thing. We can do the same thing to the guys you just mentioned. Like they can tag them. We can like, hey,
exactly,
come to the dark side, brother. You know what I mean?
Shoot. So this not kind of on the subject, but y'all saw with the Cardinals. They saying they want like 3 first rounds picks for that 4th pick because they willing to take Marvin Harrison, but if they get 3, and I'm just like, man, if a team trying to get
anybody give up,
look,
if anybody give up 3 first round picks for Marvin Harrison Jr., they crazy.
Tell them
that is
come
insane.
trade for Nico. That's how I feel.
That
come
is insane.
You need a receiver that bad. Come trade for Nico. Shoot, give us a second or something. 3rd, give us something. But yeah 3 first rounds for Marvin. That's a lot.
Oh yeah. But what's your thoughts on it? On the question about Nico?
Every year it get more expensive, you know what I'm saying, receivers. If you extend them now, it'll be a little bit cheaper. But I understand what you're saying. Like extending him now, you want to see what he do next year, see if it's worth the contract. Honestly and truly, I think you franchise Sting before you franchise Nico Collins, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Sting still has 2 years on his contract.
He still has a year after this year.
Yeah,
he got 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he got the 5th year option. Like we can pick up the 5th year.
That's right. This is a first rounder.
Yeah. Nico that wasn't.
Nico
so
Collins, man, franchise. Man, like okay, it's like what are you looking for? Because if he does great, I feel like it's still you gonna franchise him or sign him. Like it's still it's either or. Like there's no like if he does bad, you don't franchise him. What do? Do you pay him if he does bad? I don't know. Do you let him walk if he does bad?
Right.
That's a great question. It all depends on the expectation.
Oh man, yes, I'm saying. Yeah, you're right. Y'all right. It all depends on this season. All depends on what he does this year. It's like if he does better than Stephon Diggs, you pay him. That's what I'm going to base it off of. If he has better numbers than Stephon Diggs this year, you pay him. If he kind of takes the back seat, you say what?
Here's the thing: he should have better numbers.
Okay,
that's
granted,
what's
yes,
supposed
yes.
to happen.
Because my thing is,
Yeah.
if you digress with having all these weapons now, you don't pay him. But if his numbers go off the charts now, because he's not going to be double no more. You're not going to be double. You're going to have your chance to be 1-on-1 most of the time. So if your numbers are way better, or at least it doesn't decrease as you pay him, in my mind. Because what is he, 25, 26?
I don't think he's that.
I think he's 24 or 25.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he's 24 or 23, maybe the youngest. But yeah, he's like 24, 25 area. Like he's not old at all.
Yeah, he just turned 25. So yeah, you pay him.
Yeah.
You pay him.
But that's the good thing about next year, though, right? Like, okay, say week 6, the dude's sitting at 600, 700 yards. They're like, okay, he's on pace. Like he's doing what he's doing what we expect. Okay, then you can get him, right? But if he's not, then you make the decision at the end of the season. But right now, I just don't see how you can extend him.
My thing is, it also depends on like, are the Texans willing to take that risk to wait it out and this man go crazy? You know what I'm saying? The start of the season, and then it's like the price goes up. Like that's another question right there. So
history is doomed to repeat itself, right?
Yeah.
Like Jonathan Grenard. Like you could have made it cheap if you extended him before last season, right? Like give him 2 years, 18 million, something like that. You know what I mean? Like you can make him cheap because of the injuries and whatnot. You sat down and waited, and look what happened.
Yeah,
like it's happened to us many times. Jacoby Jones. I mean, you go back in history, Owen Daniels, like it always bites us in the ass if we wait. But sometimes that's what you got to do, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we lose sleep if that happens. If he ball out and we just have to let him walk, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep the ball rolling regardless.
And staying on the Stephon Diggs topic, I'm finna be a little messy right here. But I really want to know what y'all think about this. CJ Stroud, when it worked out with Tank Dell, Mechie, Stephon Diggs, no Nico Collins. Do y'all put any stock into that?
I think Nico was somewhere else, so I don't think he could have made it. It's from what I'm understanding.
Gotcha.
I think he had prior engagements, like at camp or something like that.
Okay.
Because I think they were trying to get something because they're trying to make the Kirby boys or something like that a thing.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I don't put no stock into it. I mean, you know, Tank is from Houston. Devontae, the receiver specialist that me and Kenneth interviewed last week, he's working with Tank, and now he's working with Stephon. So those two are already there. So I mean, it's easy for.
They was in Cali though.
Yeah. I was about to say that, Kenneth. That was UCLA. That was UCLA. That wasn't Houston.
Okay.
That was UCLA. That was like a little guys trip we put together. That's why I was
That's
like,
the same spot they was at last year when CJ got all the guys together.
Yeah.
The receivers and the tight ends. He got all of them together. That's the
I still don't think you put anything into it, man. Like
okay.
It's early.
Yeah.
He might got some things going on. Maybe have a kid on the way. Who knows? You know, he might have a family.
He might be getting a massage right now, bro. Like you never know.
You just never know. But
I just want to see them practice together because
no bad blood though. Like,
because that's the three, right? It's the three. Stephon, Tank, Nico. That's your three, right? That's your star. That's your X, Y, and Z, right? If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. Most definitely. And to be honest, I love Tank, and honestly, last year I was preaching Tank is our wide receiver 1. But if we keep it up, if I be honest with myself, I do think it's going to be Diz and Nico when it's a 2 wide receiver set. But so yeah.
So now I'm gonna pull a playbook out of Bo and be messy too. I don't think this is gonna happen at all. But I seen a tweet that's like, But again, I don't think this is gonna happen. but it said, I have a feeling that they're going to package Stephon Diggs the 2 seconds to jump
What?
back into the first.
I doubt
What?
that.
I doubt that too, but
Yeah.
like if they do that, I was like,
That would be insane.
I don't see that happening.
That would be
only
insane.
reason I don't see
With
that-
all the little Houston, Texas press and Instagram, social
Yeah.
media pages, and he taking pictures in Houston uniforms and stuff like that, and helmets, whatnot. I don't see that happening. And then you
But here's
out
the
there
other
seeing
thing.
Stroud practicing. I don't see that happening.
The other thing is that we only got him for 1 year.
right.
So who's going to trade for him? I mean, don't get me wrong, 2 seconds and this. I mean, that sounds great for sure. That sounds great if you trading up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to that 4th spot. Let me not get my head into that. But y'all know what I'm talking about when I said that. As far as Marvin Harrison Jr. But nah, I don't think that's gonna happen though. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. But plus, you gotta put again the CJ factor, right? That's CJ's guy. CJ's the one he wanted Keenan Allen or Stephon Diggs. Couldn't get Keenan Allen, so he got Stephon Diggs. So you really gonna go get the guy that your franchise quarterback wanted
just to trade him.
Just to trade him? Like it makes no sense to me. But I did see it as like I'm like, okay, like I'll see what you did there, but I don't see nothing into it either.
It's probably to spark the conversation.
Yeah,
for sure.
110%. So here's another question. What about Kenyon Green? Time for him to step up or find another guard? I know we kind of had this discussion before. I think this is the make or break year, right? For a lot of guys, I think it's for Green. I think you give him at least 8 games, see what he's made of, if he can stay on the field. But that's my take on it.
Gotcha.
The good thing is we have. I mean, I'm not gonna say multiple guys, but the one thing we all looking at is that left guard spot, right? And we have 3 guys, and 2 of those guys can possibly be the starting center. We don't know yet, but the other one that don't turn out to be that starting center can be the starting left guard or battle with Kenyon Green for that left guard spot. So the good thing is we got some young guys that's going to be battling it out for that left guard spot and also for the center spot. And and I honestly think Juice Struz and Patterson, I think they're gonna definitely give Kenyon Green a run for his money as far as like make him be on his P's and Q's. Like sir, like them years in the past, that's deleted. You know what I'm saying? We understand the first year you had your situations with the injuries, a little minor injuries that was probably holding you back. I mean, he still looks good in the run game, but honestly, at the end of the day, you had 3. Hey, we got to see something, man. Come out there with the right mindset and go at it, because we gonna need them. Honestly, we gonna need somebody at that left guard to be great, good.
Because he had surgery, right? No, if I'm mistaken, surgery.
No? Yes, he did have surgery.
Was it? Is he done with that? Is he done rehabbing? Is he 100%? I guess 80%, whatever.
Last I heard he's football ready. So I could be wrong.
Gotcha.
If anybody knows, is our boy Crenshaw. So hopefully he's still watching and let us know. But I could be wrong, but I think he is ready. I mean, he had surgery before Tank. And Tank's already football ready. So
Tank running around, your routes, comeback, stop and goes. He's going crazy right now.
And you think his surgery is a little bit more serious than Kenyon Green. So who knows? I'm not a doctor. I don't get paid the big bucks, so I couldn't fool you if I wanted to. So I don't know.
Okay.
But
good news is
if he is football ready, then come on, man.
All right, Crenshaw got it for he's not ready. So, well, if he's not ready by training camp, then maybe it's time.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Because when the training camp is what is that July, right? End of July, maybe.
Yeah, July. You're right. Yeah, July.
Yeah. So you got to July, Kenyon Green.
Dude, that is right around the corner. So you better hurry up and shape up.
Especially if they draft a guard in the second round.
Jeez.
I just don't see it, man. Like I know everybody wants to see us trade for draft.
Probably be a defensive tackle, huh? Probably defensive tackle.
If they're smart, right? Like go defensive tackle, go safety, go corner, go linebacker. Like there's so many spots that you can go. Because just like Kenneth said, like you got the pieces to replace them if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
So just to draft this replacement when you have all those glaring needs, like, man, I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but that's just me.
Yeah,
but that's why I don't get paid the big bucks. So, but real quick before we end the show, we got picks 49 or 42, 59, 86, 123, 126, 188, 189, 238, 247. Do you see Nick doing anything crazy with it, Bo? I'll start with you.
Oh man,
I'll put you on the spot.
No, I don't see it because like when is it? 2 weeks, right? Drive for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, right around the corner, man.
I don't. Yeah, I think he's going to just. I mean, you know, I've been shocked before. I've been surprised before. So he may do something with it, but in my mind, I say no. I say he just sits on it, pause, and just go through what he has, studying people. No Diddy, studying the information he has, the draft prospects, and he's ready to make a move as far as like knowing who you want to pick in the second round. Because I don't see him making any more moves. I feel like he's done enough. If I'm not mistaken, before the draft, I feel like he's done enough. I feel like he could just relax and actually go through the prospects and pick and know who he wants to draft. So he's ready to go. Talk to D'Amico, see who he likes, and staff see what they like. Talk to Cal, see who he likes. So I think now it's just preparation. It's preparation for the draft.
All right, Kenneth.
I honestly think he does. I agree with Crenshaw. I think he's gonna make about 4 trades, but I think he make those trades draft night. So
gotcha.
I mean, so I do see it. It just I think he'll trade up for guys like Cooper, the linebacker, a cornerback maybe. I think he makes a little trades here and there to get guys that he wants to come in and be ready when their name is called. You know what I'm saying? So guys like Cooper, maybe a cornerback. I know we had 42, so I don't really see us getting none of them high quarterbacks unless we trade up to get one, which I don't kind of see that happening. But I do see him trading some thirds, some fifths, some fourths, like he did for Mechie, and I think he traded up for Tank, if I'm not mistaken.
Tank,
Nico.
I
see him doing that.
Juice, like it seemed like he traded up for every single person last year, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
So I'm going to disagree with you, Kenneth. I think he does trade up to the first round next year, in a couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you package to get to the first round? What do you package to get there? Like who's taking
42 and 59? Like, so here's
the both second round picks. He's moving up with them.
Yeah. So here's my reasoning. Okay. So we can agree. Quarterbacks is a big need. A lot of teams are going to jump for quarterbacks. The Vikings, Raiders, so forth, so on. And then you got receivers. Receivers are out there. Like everybody wants the receiver. And then you got great skill positions. I think they said there like 7 tackles is supposed to go in the first round. So say a corner, a Kool-Aid McKinstry, a Arnold, a Cooper DeJean, I know it's not going to happen, but a Quentin Mitchell falls to like the 24th. Here you go. Here's here's 42-59, especially a team that's already stacked, like the Bills, or you know what I mean, like a team that's been winning with a couple more pieces, right?
Gotcha.
Well, I think he could. Like, no, but now they're like, oh no, we want next year's first. No deal.
Yeah.
See you later. Like
Yeah.
it's all about what the price is, right? Like
Yeah.
like if we can get Brian Murphy at the 25th or
Uh-huh.
26th, like I just think that's I think you jump up.
So
I think you jump back up in the first.
so with those 2 seconds you're talking about, how far up can he go? Like
Yes.
what's the cap?
I think you get your draft back, like the 24.
24.
You know?
Okay.
Because it's probably going to be, somebody. It's not going to be the Vikings. Like
Yeah.
I think it's going to be right. I think it's going to be somebody. Obviously it's not the Cardinals, but I think it's somebody that they trade to the Vikings so the Vikings get a quarterback. So whoever it is, guys, let's for system good. Let's say it's the Patriots. They got their draft pick. They got the Vikings 2 draft pick first. They got our 123rd. Why not add more value to that pick that they just got for nothing? So easy money, you know what I mean? Like they keep adding on to a franchise that needs to be rebuilt. That's Nick Casario did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the blueprint. So I think that's the way you do it.
Okay. And also, rumors, news, whatever you want to call it. Spencer Rattler with the Texans. How y'all feel about that?
Y'all think Davis Mills?
Do you think they draft a quarterback to back up? Do you think they will get a veteran to back them up? Do they just keep Mills another year? How do y'all see that going?
Well, Case Keenum's still on the team, right?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Which I think he need to be a move to the doggone assistant quarterback coach or something. Because
I agree. He's a good coach.
I agree with you, but I mean, at this point, anything's better than Davis Mills. Like when your coaching staff picked Case Keenum over you, like that's writing on the wall. Like nobody has trust in you.
I will say this is to like kind of going to what you were saying about us trading up. It's possible we trade Davis Mills in a couple of seconds to trade up, like you say with the Vikings
they do that tonight.
So I'm just saying it's possible that could be something to think about, especially we trying to draft a quarterback, of course, in the later rounds. Who knows? That can be.
I think if we're adding Davis Mills to the draft comp, like that, we're only trading up to the 5th round with Davis Mills. Like that's all we're gonna get for him.
Man, don't do that.
Like you're gonna have to package the 2 7th rounds of Davis Mills for a 5th. Like that's all you're getting.
Then show the teams the Colts game of 2022 right through that Hail Mary. Somebody get them. Somebody get them.
For real. I mean, you give it 2 seconds and Davis Mills for a first. Man. Of course, the first is at the bottom, not high, but I'm talking about like a 24, 25. You know, it's possible. Yeah. It's possible. Who knows? Nick might be,
Nick's a mastermind. Like, bro, everybody's sleeping on him. I don't understand the hate that Texans fans still give this dude. Like everything they wanted him to do, he did.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a Barkley. Yeah, it wasn't a Wilkins. Like he went to me, he got the better that fits the scheme. So but
not only that, he did what was best for the team.
And made it
for the team. Yeah, like them guys that he got don't really have injury problems. If we think about it, Joe Mixon is more, more available than Saquon Barkley. If we're being honest, Saquon is more of an athlete. You know what I'm saying? And more athletic, but at the same time, Joe Mixon is more available. Same when it comes to Diggs and Allen. Diggs is more available than Allen, so it's like he really made the moves that, like, all right, nigga, like. You can't really complain. Like, yes, you can be a little mad that we didn't get the guys that we thought we should have got, but at the same time, Nick has been very, very smart, and that's why after that first day, I just have to sit back and just watch him be great, man, because he's really doing his thing.
And not that he's changing the culture, right?
Most definitely.
Like back in the day, well, especially when Bob was still alive, we're not trading for a guy like Joe Mixon. Like
Nah.
any kind of checkered pass, like
Yeah.
if you're not the Boy Scouts, if you're not on the AA honor roll, like you're not coming to the Texans.
Yeah.
Now we're getting people that we need. Yeah, it's nice to have role models, but sometimes you need an enforcer, right? Sometimes you need somebody to shake things up. Like I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So he's finally allowing that to happen, and not just trading for him, adding him for another 3 years on a cheap deal. Like the dude's to me, the dude's cooking.
Yeah, I don't understand why people was mad at that or kind of questioning on that as far as him extending Mixon. I feel like Mixon got the amount of years or more that we gave him left in the tank, to be totally honest. And hopefully, like with running backs, you hope to have a couple on the roster, not just one. So it's like we hoping for Damian Pierce to step up, you know what I'm saying, and get that production he gave his rookie year. We hoping if we drop a rookie, he come in and step up and be that good third running back, 3 back. So it's like I feel like that was a great move for us extending him. And so I don't know. I guess the fans gonna like what they like and dislike what they dislike. But it is what it is. Everybody gonna be excited. Come that first game, everybody gonna be locked in. Ain't nobody gonna be complaining about Nick Casario. They're gonna be praising that man.
Especially when we do the Super Bowl, bro. Like
exactly.
He's building a caliber team. Like the national media is putting us on focus now. Like we're not getting laughed about now. Yep. Right. Yeah, we're not getting laughed at no more. Like it's the tides are turning, and it's due to Nick Casario. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's just me. But one more thing before we leave. Talk about stupid tweets. I saw another one. I think it was from Stroud All Pro or whatever from Twitter. He had a tier of the AFC South, like the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receivers.
Yeah.
Can y'all guess what place the running back for the Texans was in the division?
I'm gonna say 4 because they're trying to be funny.
Yeah,
because you got ETN, Taylor, Spears, I guess, right, for the Titans.
Pollard.
I forgot about Pollard.
Man,
they going out. I don't know. If I had to put it, I feel like Taylor's always injured. ETN is good, but I would still put Joe Mixon over ETN, and Pollard not a real number 1 running back in my eyes. He showed that last year. He's a 2.
Exactly. Why they
I'll put Mixon on the Taylor.
Same. I put
2.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. I might be a little extra, but I might put Mixon over Taylor due to availability. Like at the end of the day, it's all about
you got to play.
If you ain't on that field, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? So,
if you're going off of recent work, all you do is go off of last year. And last year, who was the better run back out of the 4? Joe Mixon. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I know
it's cool. They can sleep.
I don't know why though. Why are Texan fans hating on? Like, dude, I never understood that. Like the hate with Kenyon Green. Like, dude, I know I just hated on Davis Mills, but that was just kind of a joke. But still, like, I don't understand. We upgraded, and you're still hating. Like, what do you want? I don't know.
Look, when we get that Super Bowl, honestly, my expectations is AFC Championship or bust. So that's what I want to see, an AFC Championship. We ain't never made it to it yet. So hopefully we take that next step, get past the divisional round, and make it to the AFC Championship. But if we make it to the Super Bowl, hey, man, of course we want to win. We make it there. You know what I'm saying? Just making it there is going to be crazy, like a crazy feeling for this organization.
Look, I'm marking it now. We make it to the Super Bowl. The Texan fan battle will host the biggest and the baddest Super Bowl party known to Houston, bro. Like,
I would definitely be there.
Exactly.
I would definitely be there.
Like, this is our year, bro. I just have a feeling.
You got a feeling this is it,
bro.
So we waiting for.
I never been this excited to be a Texan fan. Not in 2011, not in 2018, 19.
Yeah.
This is the time, bro. Like, every day I'm on my calendar marking off the days of when it's football season, bro. Like, and I'm a baseball fan by heart. Like, I love baseball more than anything.
Yeah, this is the longest off season I've ever been part of. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like I said that last year. I was like, man, because I was wondering what we have, you know. So I was like, man, football needs to come on. But now, like, I'm really like football. I'm like a crackhead, bro. Like, you guys go to those football games, bro. Like
yeah,
I'm ready for it.
I smile every time I think about it, man. It's like, yo, we are loaded. And the reason we are more excited now than 2011 is because we know, and I'm not trying to knock Matt Sharp down, but if we be honest, we see a better quarterback in CJ than we saw in Matt Sharp.
Better quarterback, better coach, better GM.
Exactly. Taking care of the ball, not throwing dumb interceptions. So it's like, man, we got that guy at quarterback. And honestly, I feel the same way when it comes to Deshaun Watson. But anyways, I mean, we got CJ Stroud, and I feel like he's a better decision making and protect the ball and don't do a lot of turnovers like Deshaun and Matt Sharp did. So it's really up, and we have the weapons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, let's go do it, and I see it happening at least in 2 years. 2-3 years, we're gonna have a Super Bowl too. I got a feeling.
Like that's the goal, right? Like, because I'm telling you, once CJ gets paid, it's a wrap. Like he's going to break the market.
Hey,
yeah,
might
yes,
not.
he is.
He gonna break the market, but
he better be on some Pat Mahomes shit, bro. Yeah,
yeah. The Chiefs are giving me hope.
I hope so too. But you know what? The Chiefs ain't giving me hope. You know who's giving me hope? Mr. Nick Caserio. I'm putting my trust in Nick Caserio, bro. Like, if anybody can do it, it's the man in the best. Don't trust the best. Don't doubt the best, bro. Like, you know, I'm keeping it. So, words from our brother Crenshaw. We had a better overall team in 2011. I don't think we did. Maybe the defense, but we improved almost every aspect on the defense. We have way better.
We definitely have better receivers back then. We definitely have better receivers now, in my opinion.
We only had one receiver back then, right?
Yeah,
we had Kevin Walker, but
I mean, are you taking Nico Collins?
Nico Collins,
But
what we doing here?
Kevin used to ball though.
Yeah,
nah, he played.
But no, I'm definitely taking these receivers over then. But of course, Andre over the top of all them dudes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. The only one I would really take from that too, of course, JJ Watt. But on the offensive side, I would take Arian Foster. Aaron Foster and Matt or CJ Stroud.
Be good.
That
would be
system,
good.
That zone scheme.
That was a good O-line too. That O-line was good. That was a good O-line.
Yeah,
really good. Really good.
Yeah, that was a good O-line.
Yeah.
So give us that O-line and give us Arian Foster, and then with this team, yeah, we definitely go Super Bowl.
Yeah,
for real. But you know, like we had Fred Wary on the show, and he said that like he was about to get cut, like he was about to lose his job, and then the zone scheme came into play, and he said like the first couple of years it was tough, but once he got it, the dude became a Pro Bowler. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what gives me hope. Once these guys get it, man, it's nothing but smooth sailing from here. So I'm just, to me, I think the dark days are over. No more worrying about massage tables. You know, like this is the time. This is great. And I know I said this game, but one more thing. Did anybody else see the clip of the kid? I think it was in Cali.
I'm just thinking about it now that you said it. Yeah,
where he asked Deshaun Watson, "Hey man, can I get your autograph?" You pretty much told him no. He said, "That's why C.J. Stroud took your job."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Man, the crazy thing is Deshaun. I mean, of course, lately he's been like that, and I don't understand why he's been like that lately. But it seems like he's always been that type of person. Like,
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie, he fooled me. I'm a Clemson fan, not to get deep into this conversation, but I'm a Clemson fan. So when he got drafted here, I was very excited. And I'm thinking, man, a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he a good guy, good stand-up guy, got a good head on his shoulders. But he fooled the crap out of me, I will say. But hey, the good thing is we got number 7 now. So that's all that matters. That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Must upgrade. Well, fellas, in the wise words of our brother Crenshaw, this is the worst part of the show because it's the end. Guys, tell us where we can find you on social media, what you are cooking, so we can support you. Kenneth, I'll start with you, brother.
Yes, sir. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Kenneth the Messenger, Twitter Messenger _ Keno, and YouTube Kenneth the Messenger. I'm just about positive vibes and preaching the positive message to the people, encouraging people to never give up. And that's pretty much it, man. Y'all stay tuned and keep supporting this show right here, Texas Battle.
Yes, sir. Mr.
Yep.
Hey, Bo.
Y'all already know.
And you better not be humble, all right, bro? Come on, bro.
You already know, man. You follow me on all socials at Bo Diggity 713. Y'all know the deal. Best Texas TikToker.
There you go. There you go, brother.
Go follow the TikTok, man. We got more videos coming.
All right. And you can find our brother Crenshaw at Fifth Word Crenshaw. You can see him where he makes dumb comments like "well done steaks." Nobody likes beef jerky around here, so you can take that. Your house. You can find me at A1 Day One Texan everywhere, and of course, you can find the show everywhere. Texan Fan Battle. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give us a follow. Check us out next week. We'll have another ESPN draft specialist, Mr. Jordan Reed. So you don't want to miss that out. Till then, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Yo, check it out, free rapping for